So yeah, that coffee, and now I have Terrance Hobbs from Suffocation band.
What's going on, everyone?
Welcome, Terrance. How
Thanks
you feel?
I feel okay, you know, a little road weary, but I feel okay. Happy to be in the Czech Republic, man, with friends.
Yeah, so that's right. My question is about Czech scene, because you are here very often.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are the main guitarist of Suffocation, and also you are one of former guys. Or
Yeah, I'm one of those originating members, man. I've been in this band for since 1988, 1989.
Yeah, I think you are just one now.
Yeah, you know, things happen with the other members. You know, people have jobs, lives, this, that, and the other thing, and you know, it makes it kind of hard for a musician to stick with it as long as I have. But I'm very fortunate. So.
Yeah, so we are on the scene 36 years, right?
Yeah. Man.
And what was the start? I think you met guys in high school.
Yeah, in high school, man. You know, like. You know, my graduating year was 1988, but in 1986 and 87, I met Frank Mullen, you know, the original singer from Suffocation, who's just retired, mind you. You know, from that point, you know, we had different, like, let's say, versions of what this band would be with all different members. Doug Cerrito, Mike Smith, different school district. Those guys were also in the same school district Frank was originally from, and he moved to my school district, and so on and so forth. We were playing battle bands together, so it was a big meshing of, you know, kids just trying to figure out what they wanted to do.
So you are one from high school band from US.
Yeah.
So
I've been doing this since high school, you guys, since high school.
Yeah, you start some playing in the rehearsal room on high school, so it's funny, because it's born one of the biggest band in death metal scene. It's Suffocation.
Thank you,
guys. And is it still underground for you, or something like commercial?
It's no, well, I mean, people would kind of attest it to being something commercial. I would always like all these underground bands to get the success that the other pop mainstream bands do, because we work pretty much harder than most. You know, we know what it's like to fly fucking economy and do fucking 30 flights in a row. We know what it's like to truck in a van all the time. We know what it's like. So the bands that are keeping the whole music industry alive, believe it or not, they aren't just the top 40 bands. It's all those underground bands that are playing the punk, the rock, the hardcore, the deathcore, the death metal, you name it, black metal, all that shit.
Yeah.
See, black metal, get it? Black metal, black death metal. Don't mix it up. Anyway, that's all subgenre bullshit, and I'm just joking with you guys. Come on, it's a joke, you know. We don't give a shit like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate to be able to have had this since high school and been playing, and you know, this kind of music is always going to be underground. It's never going to be a commercial thing, unless, you know, bands like Gojira, bands like Hatebreed, bands like Metallica, you know, bands like Slayer, they brought those type of thrash metal, death metal, grindcore elements, even Kiss, you know, with their makeup and all that, brought that to the forefront. Now, if everybody could finally fucking get it together and get past the fact that it's not kill your mother, kill your father all the time, maybe people would give it more of a chance, and I would wish for that. But other than that, nah, it's underground.
Yeah, so
underground all day.
Yeah, but you play really often, and you are on tour every year, and it's for you it's something like a full-time hobby job, or how we can speak about it. And my question is, what you do, guys, in your normal life? Have you some job on the other hand, or you just live in tour bus?
Yeah, well, for the most part, I mean, we've been on tour pretty much every other month for like the last maybe 8 years. So for us to have 2 or 3 months off is like, that's awesome, you know. Like the last time we had 3 months off, we actually tracked our last record, Hymns of the Apocrypha. And you know, that in itself was kind of crazy, because it was 6 years before that when Of the Dark Light came out, and we had been touring consistently all over the world ever since, every other month. So with that being said, no, we're not really doing our normal, you know, household trade jobs anymore. I mean, we're constantly out. It's a month on, a month off. we're getting ready to go home and do some stuff. So we'll have a couple months off, but then we go right back to touring, and we're pretty much booked up until the middle of next year, is where we've been on tour this year, like since November, every other month.
So you are just one of original member, and how it's hard to take other guys to band, because you have
it's
in your
difficult.
band was some changes.
Yes,
every band will play for years. There are some changes, and how it's hard for you to take good musicians and good people for together.
Yeah, it's always been very hard to do that. You know, we've had a lot of changes, and I'm sorry for the public if they don't accept it. But you know, people have lives, and you know, Frank wanted to retire. Mike Smith, you know, we had a little bit of falling out, but we still remain in contact. Doug Cerrito had his share of issues. Chris Richards, Josh Barrett, all the people that you've seen play on records. Dave Koros. But things in hindsight, you know, they're all still supportive of the band. They're all still on Long Island. They're all still hanging out, and I see them from time to time. And I mean, Frank Mullen lives right down the road from me, you know, so it was kind of hard to see him want to really retire. But you know, things are for what, you know, people make their own life choices, and that's fine by me. You know, I have a great band. I have newer guys. They've almost been in the band a decade on their own. So, you know, they're not as new as everybody would think that they are at this point. Now it's finally, we're getting the record out. We're doing the touring for it, so you guys can come and see it for yourself. And we're just enjoying the fact that we can play music, come out and be on the road, man. We really appreciate the people that have stuck with us through all the years.
Yeah, so and also you play in Czech Republic, festivals, in underground clubs, many times. So what's the reason you like Czech? It's your favorite place in Europe?
I mean, Czech Republic has always been a little a bright spot for us. You know, being in Europe and being able to come over here, we made very good friends over here. Some of the people that run the festivals have worked with Suffocation, booking shows for us, taking us out on tour, getting us out of even here into, you know, like countries like Russia and stuff. So Mr. Thomas Fiala, this shout out is for you, man. I love you, buddy, and thank you for always being there and supporting us, keeping Brutal Assault alive, keeping all these festivals going. Same thing with Dan from Torturing, you know, Czech Fest, that fest is a great festival. Love coming out and playing for you guys. You guys have always been supportive and always helped us. Kirby from Big Scene Extreme, fucking great guy, great festival, one of our favorites as well. So, you know, we have a bit of history here, and we had made a lot of friends here. And it's just kind of like a no-brainer for us not to want to come out here and play.
Do you remember for your first show here?
Oh my God, that was so long ago. I mean, you know, I've been on tour for 36 years, so for me to remember my very first... Actually, I do remember one of the earlier ones where Mr. Thomas Fiala and Devil Bazaar, baby. You know, I was playing, and actually, he was our tour manager to play the show here, and I literally walked off the steps and twisted my ankle, and my ankle blew up for 2 weeks. So I played on one foot, you know, on this tour, and you know, us being a band, we're out there in a Sprinter, you know, the whole 9 yards, and it was tough, but we got through it, and that was one of the first times that I had played in Czech Republic, at least that I can remember. If I played before that, Thomas, you can correct me one day and make sure that the people know the truth.
Yeah, so, okay, what about your tour now? Because now it's not finished here, so you continue with it, so...
Yes, we actually have 2 more shows after this, and then we fly back home. But for festival season, we did 25 shows earlier. We kind of split festival season up, so we did about 3.5 weeks. A month and a half ago, then we took off 3 weeks, and then we actually came back to do another 11 shows. So there's 2 more shows left. We finished that out, and as I said, we get that little vacation of 3 months off. Not really, we have 2 shows in there, but 3 months and 2 shows is a lot less than every other month. So look forward to it.
So have you some news for fans, some actualities, what you plan now?
Well, right now we're just going to plan the tour. We're going to try to do bigger and better things. We have some planning and touring works up until the middle of next year at this point. We'd like to do a single. We'd like to try to get that out soon. We'd like to be able to do some more touring. South America, we're planning on doing a full tour out there. So, you know, keep a lookout for Suffocation. We're always going to be working, we're always going to do things, but we're not planning on making an album anytime soon. We really would like to try to get another live album so that you guys can have the contrast of when Frank Mullen had just did his last, and Ricky Myers on the newer stuff with some new songs and stuff like that, and get another good, really good live album.
Yeah, so on the end, have you some message for fans on all the world?
Listen to Suffocation forever! Nah, just keep on listening, supporting the underground death metal, black metal, punk rock, and hardcore scene. We love you guys. Thank you for sticking out with us. And keep your ears open for some new Suffocation coming soon.
Thank you, Terrance, for just your interview. And
anytime, my man. Anytime.
See you today on stage.
Awesome. We love you guys, man. Keep on listening and keep on watching out for Suffo and my man right here.
Thank you.